Hey there, Virgo. So this card is about juggling a lot of things, having a lot of balls that you're juggling up in the air, or plates you're trying to keep spinning, or whatever um, visual you want to use, but just having a lot going on. Kids, after school stuff, work, friends. You're trying to buy a new house, your car broke down, just life was feeling very overwhelming. So you were just sort of um, feeling like you were just treading water, trying to get by, to stay afloat, and just having a tough time keeping everything going. And I feel like something has to give. And that's what the tower is doing. The tower is like, the tower could be something like you get really sick and you just have to stop. Like, you have to stop. There's nothing you can do about it. You get the flu or something. And then you realize, and some balls dropped, and then you realize, you know what? I need to let that go. I can't do everything. I just can't do everything. I need help, or I've taken on responsibilities that are not my own, and I need to let some stuff go because this is just burning me out. It's wearing me out, and it's not sustainable. And that's what the tower does. It shows you what is truly necessary and built on a solid foundation, and what is not, what is just a facade or something you're doing because it looks good or you feel obligated, but you don't necessarily have to. But it can shake up sort of any area of your life where you needed to make some changes, but you were just having trouble. And maybe you feel guilty. You felt guilty and you were doing something. And this sort of shakes, it's like the universe giving you a smack. When people are like hysterical in movies and someone slaps them, it's like the universe doing that to you. Like, snap out of it. What are you doing? How did you get here? This is out of control. You need to stop something. You need to get rid of this relationship. You need to get a new job. You need to stop, running in 15,000 different directions. You need to stop spending so much money. You need to, you need to just stop doing something. And it grabs you by the shoulders and shakes you and gets you to stop. So the Six of Cups. So to me, I feel the energy that, like, you want to retreat, and you've had enough of something. You're done with something. You want, okay. You went through a situation that was really extremely stressful and mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting, potentially toxic, but it just really tested you. It really, really tested you, and you felt you had to dig deep and find strength you didn't even know you had to keep going. But it's over now. You've really had to do, or actively, purposefully done a lot of soul searching and really turned within and like, what does this all mean? And what does this mean to me? And what is my guiding light? And what is my perspective now that I've experienced this situation? And I think what's really beautiful is that it's motivated you to understand the beauty and the joy in the simple things in life. Perhaps you were very concerned with achievement, with getting a job, with getting the house, with getting the family, with getting the quote unquote American dream, or what a happy family is, or what whatever society you're in, whatever that is, values as success. And you realize that didn't really bring you happiness, or striving towards that doesn't bring you happiness. It actually just, maybe you felt like you were going against your true nature. But you're fine. You're stopping that. You're like, I am done. I'm done wasting my energy. I'm done putting my heart on the line for people that don't respect it. Um, for some of you, it may be doing what your family, maybe you married someone your family wanted. Maybe you had an arranged marriage. Although, honest, I got to tell you, I, my culture that I grew up in doesn't have arranged marriages, at least at this point in time. But I've sort of changed. So to me, it was like, oh, an arranged marriage. That seemed like something that happened in the olden days. But I know it still happens. And I gotta tell you, I worked with a lady who had an arranged marriage. She giggled. She's like, I love telling Americans that because it's just so foreign to us. But she was like, you make it work, and I wouldn't stay with him if he treated me poorly. And I gotta tell you, they had a really good relationship. Like, she was very, very happy. And I was kind of like, who's to say an arranged, like, maybe someone else picking isn't, I'm not saying to have an arranged marriage, but I'm just saying, like, having a different you're going to have a totally different perspective. Like, I'm saying that story as a metaphor more than anything. Because what she had was they both were like, okay, this is what it's going to be, and let's do our best to make it work. And just sort of having that, both of them making up their mind to make it work, made it work. But if you're the only one trying to make it work or putting time and energy into it, I think that's why a lot of relationships fail, because it takes two people working really hard. I mean, if you listen to Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, they don't have some fairy tale, and that's why they feel so relatable. Fairy tale, like, oh, we're so in love and everything's perfect. They're like, we go to therapy, we work really hard, but we both committed to making this work and putting the energy in and doing the work and working hard. So what I'm seeing is that's what you want, and that's not what you had. For some reason, maybe you married a really good looking person or a successful person and kind of went through the motion and had the kids and and then you were like, this is not making me happy. And so you've had to completely change, do some soul searching and figure out, because I did what I thought I was supposed to do, the formula I was supposed to use to equal success, but that isn't what success, or what looks good, doesn't equal happiness. And then you're like, happiness comes from inside. Happiness doesn't come from attaining things or other people. But now, so you're motivated now, that you're inspired, you get it, you have fresh energy, a breath of fresh air. This situation, it hasn't defeated you. It hasn't destroyed your spirit. If anything, you've had an awakening, and it's motivating you to move forward. And the beautiful thing is, now you're like, hey, I'm happy just waking up and seeing the sunrise. That simplicity. I feel like downsizing, stripping down, getting down to what's really important, decluttering, simplifying your life. You may meet someone from your childhood that maybe you passed up because they didn't fit the mold when you were younger. And this doesn't have to be just when you're younger. Again, we maybe date people because they look good, or they have the right family or the right job. And now you're maybe connecting with someone that didn't have that stereotypical, they weren't going to be a lawyer, but you reconnect and you're like, they're like the happiest person I know. Oh, I said like a lot, sorry. And so you realize how attractive that is, someone being authentic and following their true, what motivates them and inspires them, and that they're happy even if they don't have tons of money. But connecting with your past, the simple things in life. You may be reconnecting with a passion from your childhood that you had let go because you thought, oh, drawing is silly, or fill in the blank is silly. And now you're like, this could be a viable job option, or this is something that brings peace and happiness into my life. And maybe then actually, maybe you meet someone. But love could come in very quickly. But it's like you've done the work, you've gone within, and now you're emerging ready. Something about the energy has shifted this month, and you're open now. You're open to receiving a new relationship or a new start or a fresh direction in your life. Some of you could literally just be getting up and moving, meaning exercising, getting out, trying new things. It's a very refreshing, you're kind of going from this 10 of swords where you were mentally exhausted, burnt out. Yeah, some of you may be burnt out in your job. And then you've done the work and said, what's really important to me? And you've found what's important in that newfound enthusiasm. And a lot of it centers around enjoying the simple things in life and understanding that that's what's truly important. Stopping and smelling the roses, reconnecting with people you may have lost touch with. All right, Virgo, take care.